It's a bit surreal to think about, but the time has come to get our planners ready for December. In today's video, I'll be introducing you to my latest kit, Frosty Forest, and I'll also be sharing my embellished November pages. Plus, stay tuned as I reveal some charming vintage finds and craft store treasures I found on my recent trip to the Netherlands. Welcome to Plan With Me for December. It's Barbara from Vienna, Austria. So first, let me show you an update of my planner. And the first thing I want to show you are these cute dangles I have on my spine now. So I took a trip to the Netherlands to visit my dear friend Maud, who's also on YouTube. I will link her channel below. And I also met my dear friend Bea from France there. And we had a few days to craft and to also go to an amazing charity shop. I'll show you some of my goodies. And an art store, oh my goodness. And these are super special because these all came from Maud. In this glass bottle, Maud added some sand from a walk we took at a park near her place. So all three of us have this bottle. It's really cute. And then look at this owl, and it's a bell. It is the cutest owl ever. I don't know where they're from. I need more of these. The sound is so cute and it's just so gorgeous. So those live on my planner now. And this has become so thick and I still have a whole month to go. I don't know how this is going to work at all. So let me show you November first. There's some things in here you have not seen. And I'm doing this video a bit in advance because of December and all the preparations and everything. So I wanted to get this done so I can then concentrate on December. So this page I've done in my recent video where I shade my Taperlogy haul. This here is a beautiful print from my sweet friend Maureen, who's also in the Netherlands, who was supposed to join us for that same trip, but unfortunately could not make it. This we've done in the, I think, Plan With Me November video. And yeah, you might remember this very wrinkly card. It's fine. That's where my to-dos are. And then I just stuck a leaf in here. I know it's not the best place to keep it, but I think the leaf is beautiful. It's totally distressed. I found that on a walk that we took. And for now, that just lives in here so that I don't forget or lose it. This is an adorable card from dear Maureen. It does open, but I don't want to show you the text. That's private. And then she added these beautiful postcards. So I stuck those in there. I added some stenciling with a new stencil I got there at the art shop. I will show you. Then Maud had a very cute welcome sign from me at the airport. I flew to Amsterdam and she picked me up together with Bea, who came with the train from France. And I had to, unfortunately, cut the sign up because it was way too big. But I have all the parts in this journal. It was a really, really long journey. It was supposed to be a 2-hour flight from Vienna. Long story short, my flight was cancelled after we had all gotten onto the airplane. We had to all go back, and then all the hundreds of passengers were redirected to different flights. And I was routed via Hamburg, Germany. That flight then from Hamburg to Amsterdam was again delayed. All in all, the journey took me over 10 hours. As opposed to the planned 2 hours. So I was exhausted, and it was so sweet to see Maud and Bea welcome me at the airport. They spent all day at the airport waiting for me. I felt so bad, but apparently they had a good time, so that's good. So in this pocket, I just printed some of the photos from the trip. I cannot show you all of them because Bea and Maud are on these photos and I don't have their permission to show it on YouTube. So I'll just show you the ones that don't have them in it. So this was the house that we stayed in, which was close to Maud's house. We just rented the place. This is sweet little Wolfie, Maud's dog. She was so adorable. And then these are just photos of the beautiful breakfast that we had. Look how colorful. Every morning we had breakfast in Maud's kitchen, and every day it looked different and colorful and was just the perfect beginning to our day. So that's all I can show you, because on all other photos I have Maud and Bea. So these go in here. Then this pocket I already had, but I stuck in there something. What did I stick in here? Oh, it's just a little tag from an adorable moth stamp that I received from Maureen. I wanted to keep that. And I think there's a business card. No, there's another photo. Sorry, cannot show that. Don't have permission. It was raining like all the time while we were there. It was incredible. Just pouring, pouring, pouring rain. We went for a walk anyway, which was absolutely beautiful. But it would have been nice to see just a little bit of sunshine. Then this was a birthday card, a very late birthday card from Sweet Sweet Bea. It is so adorable. And here is another part of the welcome sign that Maud had made for me. He's so cute. These are some swatches of Distress Oxides that I got from Maud because she doesn't use them. Who knows why? I don't know. But these were 4 colors I didn't have yet. So it's Blueprint Sketch, Broken China, Old Paper, and Abandoned Coral. Thank you again, Maud. I love these. And then this is so cute. So this was in Maud's craft room. And by the way, if you haven't seen Maud's craft room, I will link that specific video for you. She gives a studio tour. It's not just one room, it's several rooms. She did such an amazing job. The whole place could be a museum. And if you don't know Maud, Maud is also a doll maker. She made dolls for many, many, many years and sold them also. And she put these 4 on a shelf in her craft room, representing the 4 of us who were supposed to originally meet. So this represents Maud, this is me, this is Bea, and this is Maureen. So, so cute. This one we made together in another recent video. I don't remember which one. I'm losing track. These are pages I made while I was in the Netherlands. So this is this huge butterfly Tim Holtz die that Maud had. I don't have it yet. I have been looking at it so many times. Every time I think it is so expensive. It is so expensive. And I have not bought it yet. So I borrowed Maud's to make this double page here. So this is what the actual die looks like. This is obviously the negative. And then I used some stamps on the background here. I will show you these. These are also from the craft store that we went to there. Just added some micro sprays. Love, love, love those. Also added the micro sprays on the die itself and on the background. This kind of still looks a bit plain for me. I don't know if I'll add something, we'll see. This here is another piece of the welcome sign that Maud had. And this here is a beautiful image again from Sweet Maureen, just gorgeous. And I added 2 tags in here. This background here is from my Woven Dreams kit. Editing Barbara here, just a quick note. Just in case you haven't seen it in my newsletter yet, I am so thrilled because after 3 years of struggles, I am thrilled to announce that you can now shop in my shop with PayPal. I know this has been requested for 3 years now, and I get it. I would want to pay with PayPal as well. It finally happened. I am over the moon. I'm going to not look back. I'm going to look forward. So if that was a struggle for you in the past, please revisit my shop. It is now very easy to pay with PayPal. Thank you so much for your patience with me over the past few years. And also these tags are, then I added these fibers on top. These are from Taperology, and on the back here I added these. How sweet are these? I will show you all the stamps. These are, I think, 3 different stamp sets. I will show them to you. Just adorable. So those live in here. And then here I made this, I guess you could call it a tag. This image is from my Woven Dreams collage papers. You can find all of those papers from November under my Plan With Me November video, which is linked in the Plan With Me playlist, linked below this video. I just added a fabric tab on top, backed it with some gray cardstock. This is where my to-dos are going to go. And this here is a napkin that Maud gave us. So I just tore around this image, added some sprays in the back, a mix of oxide sprays and a little bit of mica spray. And then I added the sentiment, which is also from a new Tim Holtz stamp set that I will show you. So before we go into the December kit, let me show you the treasures that I found in the Netherlands. So first, let me share the stamps. So I keep mine in a binder. This works so well for me. I have a whole video on how I made my binder system and all my stamps. I will link that video for you below as well. So in this wonderful craft store that we went to, I got this one. So this is Diane Reevely, and obviously I had to get these. I'm going to start using these as of January for my title pages for my planner. Super fun font. These are the new Tim Holtz ones I splurged on. I could not believe being in a shop that actually had physical Tim Holtz products. This might seem weird for you if you are in the US or in another country where you can readily find Tim Holtz products in stores, but here in Austria, this does not exist. I have to get everything online, and to see physical products is just amazing. And the prices were either as good as online or even a bit cheaper. So I totally had to splurge. I remember Louise's video. It's one of the ones from her series where she was on vacation in Italy, and she also mentioned she was in a store where she found physical Tim Holtz products, and she was so excited, and I totally understand her excitement now. I felt it as well. So we have this one. Love the grunge of this. This is called Glitch, and it has a number CMS 404. Oh, so cool. Then we have this one. This one I thought about a lot because I thought, you know, I can make all these scribbles on my own. Sure I can, but I don't. So having these stamps is just so fun. This one is called Mini Media Marks, and it has a number CMS 364. This one here with the sentiments, actually the only stamp I really wanted with this one. But I'm fine with everything else that's on it as well. That's how I made the swatches. Let me show you again. Because when you see this, you think, well, why do I need a black splotch like this? But of course, you can stamp with colors. Where were my... There you go. See? That's that stamp. How fun is this? And you can do the rectangular one. You can just stamp these with black and then fill in the swatches yourself, or put anything else in there you want. And all these sentiments are fun as well. So this one is called Note Quotes, CMS 463. This is a really cool and versatile one. Has all these sentiments. It's called Noteworthy, CMS 446. I know this sounds like a marketing video for Tim Holtz. It is not. I'm not affiliated with Tim Holtz products at all. I'm just showing you what I was excited to get in the Netherlands. Is that it? No. The birds. I have to show you the birds. So the birds are Dinah Wakely. Look how cute these are. They're so adorable. I'm so in love with this set. I think there was another bird set. This one is called Scribbly Small Birdies, MDR 50414. I love it so much. And here you see some footage of the huge vintage store that Maud took us to. Oh my goodness. We did not have enough time. They closed earlier than we thought, unfortunately. There was a whole nother floor upstairs, which we didn't get to see. There was a huge book area, which we didn't have time to see. But I did manage to find some goodies, and the prices were just amazing. So let me show you first some of the laces I got. And these were all so cheap. I don't remember the exact prices, but they were all just like a couple of euros. Look how beautiful. I don't know how old this is. I'm sure it's pretty old, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Then there's this one. This one I'm thinking would look really nice around a journal cover. And there's this one. This one I thought I could either just cut out these flowers or also just use pieces of it, maybe put it around a journal. I always go for buttons. So I have this beautiful one. I think it's made out of a horn. And then I have these, which look really, really vintage. Always love white buttons, and these are super flat. So I'm so happy with those. Then there's some jewelry, which I took because I can use the beads. So there's this one. And this was maybe €1. No, maybe I think this was 50 cents even. So all these beads, yes, they're plastic beads, but it's fine. I can still use them. So I will be taking that one apart. And this one here, I don't like these pearls, but I thought these two butterflies could be really nice on a journal. I would have to clean these up, but I think they could be absolutely beautiful. Oh, this one's missing the center stone. That's okay. This one has it. Then I found this cool scale. So you can hang things on here and it will show you the weight. As you can see, it was €5. It is very vintage. I love it. It's so cool. And I thought I could hang this up somewhere in my craft room and hang something on the bottom, like, I don't know, a big tag or something. I'll have to figure that out. Then there's another amazing piece. It's again a scale. Look at this beauty, and it works. So it's hard to show you, but you put the thing here and then the scale moves. It is so beautiful. And again, this was, I don't know, a few euros. If I ever find something like this in Vienna, which is super difficult, this would be, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 euros easily. And finally, I could not resist this tin. This was a last minute find just before they closed. How gorgeous is this? It has a great size. It's rusty inside. Yeah, I will have to clean it. But I'm so in love with this image. I don't know yet what I'll put in it. I will figure it out. Okay, let's move back into the planner. Before I show you my planner pages in the last signature of my planner, I'll show you the digital versions of the backgrounds and the ephemera. With my latest kit, Frosty Forest, you'll find 14 journal pages with a dreamy, wintry forest theme and cute woodland animals. I'm not big into Christmas, and I don't particularly care for the traditional green and red color palette, so this is my version of a festive, wintry, cozy kit. You'll also find coordinating monthly planner pages, which I will show you in my planner shortly. And a set of 9 ephemera pages with tons of fun elements to play with and customize to make them your own. Each page in this kit is available in both A4 and US letter sizes, so be sure to select the right format when you make your purchase. All the relevant links can be found below this video. So this is what the calendar pages look like, printed out on a regular copy paper. Again, I've added the December here, like I've done in all the previous months. Isn't he just adorable? I could just eat him up. Then here's the monthly overview. There's my 10K step tracker. There's the first week. And I always have to cut the pages down to fit here because you see I always have a border. And when I cut this, I didn't see that I actually cut the poor stag's nose off. So then I took the strip and just cut out his nose, just picking it out, which I actually think looks so much better. This is the next week with these cuties. And we have the 2 bunnies. And this is empty. And then we have this beautiful forest page here with the stag. Again, empty. And I finally managed to add my book page here in the back where I can track the books I've read during the time of the planner. So I'm currently reading my 4th book. So I don't have a final book review, but I can show you at least what I'm reading. Another Taylor Jenkins Reid book. I think this is my 4th one that I'm reading by her. Love this author a lot. I have given, I think, 4 stars to the 3 that I have read. And can I just share this adorable bookmark that I received from Dear Bia from France? Is there anything more perfect than a golden fox for me? It's so cute. Anyway, let me quickly read you the synopsis. Make no mistake, I do love you. Just because I don't feel the love in my heart doesn't mean I don't know it's there. I know it's there. I'm leaving because I'm going to find it. I promise you that. Lauren and Ryan met and fell in love in college. A decade later, their marriage reaches breaking point. Hoping to find a way to fall in love again, they come up with a plan to take a year off from each other. There is only one rule. They cannot contact each other. That was what hooked me. Taking a year off from a relationship and not having any contact. I found that very intriguing. Living apart from Ryan, Lauren confronts her own ideas about monogamy and marriage. What does it mean to love? What are you willing to fight for? And is there a new road to happily ever after? So as you can see, I am almost done. And I must say this is so far the weakest book I have read by Reid. It is one of her earlier books. This was published first 2014. I enjoyed the beginning, and then the whole middle part was, I don't know, it was too long. In my opinion, some of the conversations were not necessary. It dragged out so much. But it's picking up again now at the end. So if I would have to rate this currently, I would probably give it a 3 or a 3.5. It will depend on how the ending goes. So shall we do something in our December signature? It is still so bare. Usually I have all my ephemera already cut out and ready to go for these videos. I have not had time, so they are still all on the sheets. I print on 200 GSM cardstock so that I don't have to back my papers. But there's one page that I printed on regular copy paper. Which is this beautiful owl envelope, because I think it will be easier to fold on this paper. So I'm going to cut this out and then we'll find a way to integrate that into the planner. So I had the best time at Maud's place. So we had a lot of time for crafting because it was raining all the time, which was really nice and cozy. And it was really nice to just craft with other crafters, which I don't get to do here in Vienna. And also to just relax and talk and not have to explain what I'm doing, but just doing, you know what I mean? Like, I love hanging out with you guys, but sometimes, and this is something I hardly ever get to do, it's so nice to just be able to create something without having to explain why I'm doing what. I'm sure you understand. So I'll just fold this up now. And I brought my Woven Dreams kit printed out with me for both of them. So that was the one for November, this one. And we all started making a journal with those papers. And mine is not done. None of ours were done. And it was so interesting that all of ours looked so very, very different. And maybe I should give you a sneak peek because there is already quite a bit for you to see. My cover is finished. The signatures are not done yet. Let me just figure out where I want this to fold. So it doesn't have a specific line here. You can decide how far up you want this to fold. So you kind of just have to see what works for you. I think I'll fold the flap here, and that means I can actually fold this a little bit farther up, like that. And then this goes down. So we have the beautiful owl on one side, and then we can do something with the flap here. And obviously I still need to ink everything up and decide what to do with this white inside. But let me give you a sneak peek of that journal. So this is the cover, another jeans cover. I just love it. I had completely different plans for my cover, and this just kind of happened. The cover was telling me what to do. I don't know if you have ever been in that situation, but it's totally something different than what I had planned. The jeans material is from Maud. Also this, I found she cut it from the side of her jeans, or I think it's her son's jeans. I don't know. I think it's the perfect closure. So this is from my collage sheets from the Woven Dreams kit. I sewed around it and then I glued it on. Added some stamping with some stamps that Maud had. Then here it says Destination. This is from the Field Note set by Tim Holtz. And here I added some grungy holes. So I added some fabric that we dyed there together. Underneath, added some stamping from the Field Note set and sewed around it. There's also some stamping here and some gold splatters. So I wanted this to look very distressed. I really am super happy with the cover. And then on the inside, I wanted to leave the paper bag. So there is a paper bag as a base, bare, because I kind of like that you can see the construction of it. But this will be a hidden spine binding. So I have 3 signatures, which still need a few more papers. And they will be sewed onto a piece of fabric that will then be glued into here. So as you can see, I made 2 pockets here using the background pages of the kit. And I added one of the tags from the ephemera. And I added these jeans tag toppers by just adding some jeans, putting some cheesecloth underneath and putting an eyelet through it. Really, really love that look. And I also made some jeans tabs. I also have the handles of the paper bag I used in here. So lots going on in here. Here's some more tags with those toppers. Yeah, so I won't show you a complete flip through. You will see that once it's done. But I really, really enjoyed making this. The original plan was to use these fabrics, which we dyed. We all dyed fabrics there. They all looked very, very different. Each of us had their own style, of course. And these are just dyed with acrylic inks mostly. Yeah, so I have all these left. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with them. They will turn up in some project. Maybe I'll use this for the spine, for the inside, to sew my signatures onto. It's a nice sturdy fabric. I love the colors on this one. We'll see. My goodness, we are so far into the video, we haven't done any crafting. So let's get to it. So I've inked around the edges, and I'm going to use this new stencil that I mentioned before, that I also got at that art store. It's called Circles by Studio Light, which is a Dutch company. And the name of this is SLGR Mask 205. This is their website, www.studiolight.nl, but there are other craft stores that have this brand. So I want to use this with aged mahogany because I think this color will work really well with the kit. Oh, it's not wide enough. Okay, so we'll just have to make that work anyway. So I'll do this first. This is a fairly dark color. And then we'll just continue here. Okay, there is a line. I didn't do that very well, but it's okay. Yeah, it's fine. I'll just wipe off my glass mat. I'm so happy with this glass mat. You know, I used to have this gray mat, which is still underneath this one, but I could never clean it. It always looked dirty in my videos. So I really appreciate having this glass plate, which is so easy to clean and will always look nice actually in a video. Do we do anything else? I mean, this I think looks already pretty cool. I'm so tempted to use some mica sprays. I think I have to. So I chose frozen fog and sugary syrup. And I just want a little spritz. Also, I think on the other side of the envelope. So always be sure to shake these up. You don't want the pigment all settled here on the bottom. You want to hear that ball shaking. So I'll first try the frozen fog and I'll just kind of spritz over it. Just to add some magic. And also some sugary gumdrop. Love that name. Ooh, ooh, that's a fun one. Okay, let me quickly dry that. So we have this, it's nice and shimmery now. I think it looks wintry now. I'm very happy with this. So when we close it, it looks like this. So when you open it, you get this nice surprise of woo! So I also want to add a little bit here. I do need to be careful about his face. Starting with the frozen fog again. I did get some in his eyes. I think it's okay. And then the sugary gumdrop. Oh yeah. So it's dry. It's all shimmery and wintry. I love it. So let me quickly just clean that. Just adding some water. I found this craft mat on a Spanish store called Craftelier. They had a sale. There was a really good price on this, so I just had to get it. So let's glue this. But we need to add something else here on the flap. I have this jar of scraps up on my craft closet. Lace scraps to be specific. So I want to add some of those on here. We even have some beige and pinks. That would be cute. You can just layer different laces. But they're too regular. I need to cut and tear these a little bit. I want it to look more raggedy. I'm actually tempted to spray this as well. This one, I think. Actually, I thought it wouldn't work. Maybe just a little piece. Nice and bulky. I'll glue the pieces down. I'll use my textile glue. Not really necessary, the pieces are quite small. I mean, it's necessary to glue them down, but it's not necessary to use textile glue if you don't have it. You just use PVA or anything else. And then I think it needs a button. Why don't we take one of these new ones? Oh, I just see they're actually made in England. They ended up in the Netherlands. So these are attached with staples. I've never seen that before either. Oh, but they are quite easy to get off. I think it needs a second button. These are actually covered with fabric. They feel really nice and soft. And I want to add some white thread underneath. That will be a nice contrast with this, what is it, purple? Yep, I'll just glue them on. That should then also glue the thread down. And even though I really like the white and everything, I'm just too tempted to spray these. Especially now, seeing that this is fabric, I think that should work really well. So I'm using the same two colors. It is just too fun to experiment. So now, of course, all of my contrast is gone. Also, the white thread is not white anymore, so there's no contrast here whatsoever. So we need to put that back in. And I just went through my die cuts here, and I think the white die cuts will provide a really nice contrast. So either this one, maybe tucking it in between these layers and then cutting this part off. That's a really nice contrast. Or I also like this one. This one was from the Taperlogy haul. I will link that video for you below in case I haven't mentioned that. This one is super delicate. I would also definitely cut this one down. I think this is too delicate, but it would be very, very sweet. So none of these are going to work because they're all very delicate. So I guess this one is the solution because I don't want to cut any new dies. So I'll just break that off. And then I'll add some glue here. And then we'll tuck that underneath like that. And maybe some white splatters. So I'm using my white gesso by Golden. I have already thinned that down with some water, so that's ready to go. Let's see if they stay white. I've actually never tried splattering on mica. I don't know if it will take the color like it would on the Distress Oxides. We'll see. So after drying these with my heat tool, we can see that white is still white. So that's very nice. And while I was taking out the gesso, my eyes fell upon this here, Distress Mica Flakes. So they're translucent mica flakes. I got these from Louisa. I'm so happy with them. They're so sweet. They could also be used in shaker cards. I don't use them a lot because I'm not sure how to adhere them best. I'm just going to use my Liquitex matte gel. I mean, this is already super wintry, but I have these, so let's use them. So I'll just take a little brush and let's put it on the lace. Might not stick so well on the lace, I don't know. And I have this cool tool. I don't know what it's called, unfortunately. So it has a larger and a smaller tip, which is kind of rubbery where things stick to. And I'm hoping, yeah, so the mica flakes stick to it. Let's hope that it will let go of them too. Yeah, but of course, this is tricky. I'm not sure the matte gel is the perfect solution for the lace. Oh, but it works, it works. Haha. I'll show you a close-up. And let's add some to the buttons, because why not? I think the planner is the perfect place to play, just like in a junk journal. My planner is like for everything, and I love it. It's for memory keeping, it's actually for planning. And it's for experimenting and having fun. So yeah, so it takes care of all my needs actually in the paper world. This works quite well with this tool. And when it loses its sticking capabilities, you can apparently just make it wet and then it will stick again. I wish I could tell you what these are called. So if anyone knows, please write it in the comments below so that other viewers can find this if they're looking for something like this. Okay, I think that's enough accent. So the gel still needs to dry, but you can see the shimmer of the mica. Oh my goodness. So wintry, I love it. But in my opinion, for the final touch, it does need a bit more contrast. So I will add some black splatters. This is just some very thinned down black acrylic paint. I just want really small splatters. These big ones are definitely bigger than I wanted, but it's okay. I have my contrast. I'm happy with this very wintry, shimmery envelope. Also, this, of course, is very shimmery. So cute. So where do we put this in our journal? Journal, planner journal. I, of course, want to be able to see both sides. Maybe it's best to just make it into a flip in between, for example, here. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. If I was to make a new journal, I would bind this into the journal. So I would put this in here like a page. This would still be opened. And then stitch right through, just like if it was a double page. And then after I have my signature sewn in, I would fold it up and glue these shut. And that way you have it as part of your signature. But I don't have that option now, so I'm just going to tape that in. I am so happy when I can use some washi tape. So I think either of these two would work really well. The question is, do I want it to blend in or do I want some contrast? I think I want the contrast. Let's do it. And I always add some glue with my washi because washi is not a permanent tape. And the simplest way to do that is to just run it over your glue stick. So you start on one end and then you just pull it over your thumb like that, over the glue stick. So we'll put it on this side. Stick that on and then make sure it's flush. And then stick that down. And I will also do the same on the back side here. And by the way, if you enjoy watching these kind of videos where you see me alter digitals and you have digital papers and you're not sure how to customize them more to be your style, I have a playlist linked for you below, which is called Making Digitals Your Own. So feel free to check that out if you need some inspiration. So I also want to, of course, make a little tuck spot or pocket in here for my first week. So I'm ready to go with my to-dos. So let's look at our options. I just love these foxes. They're so cute. But we need a pocket first. Of course, we can also always make a pocket out of these cards. Here, oh, we have the deer here, so I'm not going to add foxes to the deer page. This one here is one of my favorites. It's so cute. So maybe one of these more neutral ones, since we already have a stag here. Or one of these kind, that's also really sweet. Even the round ones would make a cute tuck spot, wouldn't they? I've never done that, so let's do that. Which one? Be brave enough to be yourself or let your heart speak? I think both would work. Oh, how cute are these? Or is it too big? It would actually cover his bum. I think I'll just use one of these smaller ones. I'll take this more neutral one right there. So inked up, I have this now, and this will very nicely fit right there. And then I want to add something there. So I have these labels here on ephemera sheet number 6. And since I'm using it for my to-dos, I'm going to add notes. So I'll cut that out. So this one is inked up as well. And this will go here. But I want some contrast underneath, so I'll add some more of this lace. It's the same one from the envelope. Again, I want it looking more raggedy. Whoops. Okay. Okay, time to glue things down. I'll put some white thread again. This time I won't spray it. And I'll add one of the smaller white buttons. And this time I'll add some gold splatters with my Ice Ink dye spray by Seth Apter called Goldmine. I'll just take the nozzle out and just do that. Whoops. Okay, that went right on the notes. It's okay. That's not going anywhere. But I can still read that it says notes. So we have this now after drying. I think the gold splatters, as always, just make it more magical. And now, of course, I need a tag or something to put in here to actually write my to-dos on. And I'm thinking this one would be cute and neutral. Again, I don't want to add the fox to the stag page, but that's just me. So I'll cut this one out. So this is ready to go. I've inked up the front and the back. And even though I'm going to write my to-dos here, and obviously I need it to be light enough for me to see what I'm writing, it is too plain for my liking. So I'll just add a little bit of Distress Oxide Spray Lost Shadow, just to get some kind of interest there. That works for me. That's totally enough. The front is still a bit plain, isn't it? We could just add some lace scraps here as a tag topper. Let's just do that before I overthink it. I think it needs a button. I'm gonna put this on everything now. It can be so quick to alter something, to just make it a little bit more you. And how about just a little bit of sugary gumdrop? I cannot resist. There's the finished result. And this can now go in my little pocket. Oh, how cool. It looks like this is one element here. There's a plant and then it goes into a tree. How cool. So if you enjoy this kit, you're welcome to check it out. It's linked in the description box below. I love this elaborate envelope. It's so fun. And have fun in your own planners. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah.